Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here. Let me first, like usual, did I own the favorite not pre-video? Okay, so we're finally coming back to Madara Uchiha, or should I say Deku, Izuku Midori. Betrayal and was the reincarnation of Madara. uh, well, this is gonna be fun. Um, so this is gonna be coming out while I'm working, at work. I know it's been a while, like a very long time. I'm sorry to those people who've been waiting for this. The Lucifer one's gonna be coming out tonight. What if Deku was saved by Lucifer? So I have to watch that. What if? Um, so yes. Anyways, let's just get right into this because I know where I was at. It was at the sports festival. So yeah, let's go. So, as Madara is, smiling at this, he goes, this is gonna be way too much fun. I mean, for me at least. Because I'm going to have to watch everyone just suffer. And so, Todoroki declares war on Madara. He goes, Madara Uchiha. I will beat you by any means necessary. And I will win this. And prove I am better than you. And then Madara just smiles and goes, you'll try, Todoroki. And you'll lose. I'm stronger than you. You better, understand that. I mean, Todoroki does say that whole entire fight with all those villains must have been a fake. Because no one can be that strong. And then Kami says, you're an idiot. Really, you really are an idiot, Todoroki. And so, yeah. So after that, everyone gets ready for the obstacle course, and President Mike goes, well, Aizawa, it seems like we got someone declaring war on Madara. Who do you think's gonna win? Todoroki or, and he goes, Madara. Straight up, Madara. Just him. You saw that? That's what he could have done, and I'm not gonna lie. That kid, Madara Uchiha, or Izuku Midoriya, is my favorite student. He may cause problems, he may not cause problems. It all depends who makes him angry or just who does what. So, favorite student. As he goes, well then, that's pretty shocking because you never really like anyone. He goes, what do you mean? We're friends, right? He goes, yes, but you don't always act like that. Me? Kind of upsetting. As he goes, listen, Mike, we're friends. Sorry I don't show it much. I'm always tired. But anyways, let's just see what this kid can do. As he's gonna have popcorn. And Mike goes, wait, why do you have popcorn? He goes, because this is gonna be a show. I want to see if he's gonna, sprint or just gonna take it to start walking all of a sudden and be right there at the gate and win this. And then person Mike says, got an extra bag of popcorn? He goes, yes. And so he gives him the popcorn. Todoroki's annoyed by this. Bakugo says, I'm gonna lose this anyways. And so, Kami's near Deku, or Madara, and, Nejire's doing her own thing in her own event, but she's hearing about the obstacle course, and she just thinks he's gonna win. He is probably also gonna help Kami out. And she kind of, clenches her face because, she wants to be there and see what happens, but also cheer for him. So, yeah. Anyways, so right when the event begins, Todoroki freezes everyone's feet to the ground as he's able to go. But the class 1A students were able to get out of there. Madara just jumps forward towards Kami, and then jumps up, and basically, by what I mean like that is, he basically picked her up and just jumped right towards the exit to start the obstacle course. So yeah. As everyone's just seeing him, though, running right on the wall holding Kami, as she's, being carried bridal style, everyone's a little like, whoa! I didn't know someone could walk on walls! And, yeah. And then when he, basically jumps off, he puts her down and says, see ya. And then he just starts running. Well, not really a run, more like a light jog. Basically, it's faster than anyone, basically ninja running. So, boom, freaking outrunning everyone. Todoroki, he caught up to Todoroki so quickly, and he goes, "See you later," as he just running, ran past him. Madara in this one, he's like showing his old Izuku self a little bit, and his, before he started showing that coldness that was given him. He's just trying to prove Todoroki wrong. And Todoroki goes like, "No, I have to win." As basically, he's just using more of ice and just, trying to go. So right when the 0 pointers came out, all what he just does is he gets right in the middle of them. He activates the Rinnegan, and he just yells out, "Almighty push!" And then he sends all three of them flying in every direction. Oh, in three different directions. And then he, so he does hand signs and he goes, Katon, fireball no jutsu. And then he shoots one fireball, hits a 0 pointer, fires another fireball, hits the other 0 pointer, fires another fireball, and hits the other 0 pointer, and then starts running again. Everyone's cheering and being amazed that all the heroes are shocked by this. And Aizawa says, "See, told you, this kid's awesome." So since there are like no other obstacles that he has to do, he just jumps and then kamuis. And he's right at the end of the minefield, in which he goes, He says, "Wood style, wood creation, chair." And then he just makes a chair and just sitting there. As everyone's like shocked by this, because he's just simply waiting for Todoroki. And he's just thinking, this is going to be too funny. I wait for him, and then I like, oh, I had to take a break because I'm tired. And this is going to be way too funny. And so he waits all that time, as then when Todoroki Bakugo gets near there, Bakugo did catch up because Todoroki was overexhausting his side and almost getting hypothermia. But then he used his fire side because he did not care about it, saying, "This is my father's power." So he was like, "I do not care about this no more. All I do want to beat him." And so, yes, he is winning. He basically uses fire side, keeps on going. As, Endeavor goes like, "Shoto!" When he, like he did when the fight. But, he's just proud of his son now using his fire side. And so, right when he gets to the minefield, Bakugo is still flying over, and he goes, "Zuku! Oh no, please don't tell me." And then he nods his head, nope. He was like, "Whew." And so he gets up and he just starts, he breaks the chair by smashing it with his foot. And then he just starts walking towards the finish line. And so he goes, "No, no, no, no." As he just had his hands in, he's just walking with hands behind his head and just whistling. As Todoroki's basically getting mad, Bakugo uses a bigger explosion just to get forward faster, and he goes like, "No!" That's what Todoroki says. And then tries to use the ice to basically make a launch himself upwards, like Bakugo does with his fire, basically propelling him. And so, what happens is, Izuku finishes first. Bakugo comes in close. Bakugo and Todoroki come in second. And he just walked right over it. Like, right when Todoroki and Bakugo were near, Todoroki's thinking, "You better not, you." As then he crosses the finish line while looking back at him with a smile. And then, boom, they finish. As then they say, "Izuku Midoriya, or Madara, aka Madara Uchiha, finished first, along with Todoroki and Bakugo coming in second." And then basically what happens then is Cammy was able to, use her quirk to basically make illusions and everyone to, be distracted, so she comes in third. And yeah, he says, "Nice job, Cammy." And, she goes, "You're acting way different." He was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't like my old self, right?" She goes, "Mm-hmm. Why is that?" He goes, "Well, I figure it's better off I just act not always cold-hearted. Kind of got tired of that. I missed the way how I was." As Nobaki goes, "Oi, Zuku! Don't ever do that to me! I thought you were gonna throw a fireball jutsu at me!" And he was like, "Why would I do that?" He goes, true. Still." So, he goes, Todoroki was like, "No, no, 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 no." Because, this was the reason why is he's kind of like, this is kind of like a Momo, like, Todoroki thing. Momo does not like Todoroki that much, but, Todoroki likes her. As you know, Momo's been talking about him, about Madara, how strong he is. Sorry, my mom is watching TV. But let's just say, some girl asked her, "Do you like him?" And she was, "I don't really know him that well, but I mean, I do think if he was, well, if he did not like any girl, I know Cammy likes him, maybe Nedre now. So if they didn't like him, I would have asked him out, at least to see if we have anything in common. That is all." As some girl says, which is Mina, saying, "Me too." But Cammy is friends with him from middle school. As then they even say Uraka even knew him, as she just says, "I was a real jerk to him back in middle school, and I'm just afraid for the sports festival because I'm gonna get beat. I'm gonna be pummeled and bleeding probably, and nearly dying." As they both all the girls look at her, says, "Yeah, you're dead." So yeah, so Totoro thinks Momo actually likes him. No, she just wants to get to know him better. I'm not saying Momo's gonna be the ship. No, it's still Cammy and Nejire. It's just I want to have him be friends with Momo. So yeah, like he wants to have friends with people. So yeah. So anyways, let's continue on. So the next thing you know is the cavalry battle after everyone gets there. And so he just says, "Well, I can make shadow clones. So wait, I do have multiple of them still training in the woods right now. How to do this? How can I?" As then, Uraraka comes up and goes, "Hey, Yuzuku, can I be a part of your team?" And he goes, "Sure, your quirk is very useful in this one. Also, I do, well, I do want to see how you're doing. I mean, we had talked a little bit here and there, but, She goes, "Yeah." And then, Cammy comes over, and Mai does too. And so, that's his team. Minetta's like, "I hate him. I hate him." Wait, I don't think Minetta's in this one. Whatever. Looks like Minetta's watching it. I forget Minetta. I never forgot Minetta was in this. What if? If he is, then okay. If he's not, then I just have to put Shinso. Then, I'll figure it out. But let's just say Minetta's there, or if he's not there, he's in the stands watching it, and he's like, "I hate him." So yeah. But anyways, continuing on. So they get the 1,000 points. Everyone's looking at him, as then he goes, "We really don't have to do much. I just have to make a perfect Susan. I just have to make a Susanoo, then that's it." And like, really? It was, yeah. So whenever the match begins, we'll make one. It's like, all right. So, well, I'll make one. He says, and they say, all right. So next thing you know, he says, "Susanoo." Basically, I just want to make a snap. Sorry, it's becoming a habit now for some reason. So basically, he keeps his perfect dome. Susanoo around the ribcage, covering him and them, and it's basically like the rib cage, but then has the wings pop out and covering them. As he just says, "So we can talk while everyone's just trying to fight." As well, they make small talk. But Cammy is just talking to Uraraka while May's like, "But I wanted to show you, have my babies being, put to work." He was like, "All right, for the last 10 minutes, I'll deactivate the Susanoo, and then we'll show them off." She goes, "Yay, thank you, Madara." And he goes, "Either one's good, doesn't matter to me. So let's do this thing." So Uraraka just telling him like how her family's doing in the business, and and basically how it's like kind of failing. So she's, like trying her hardest. She's also living her own. Like he did not know this. He was like, "Wait, why you never told me?" She goes, "Because I thought you knew. Bakugo was supposed to tell you." As he goes, Katsuki. Bakugo, Katsuki. Yeah, he just says, I swear, I am gonna beat him if I fight him in the battles." And she just laughs at that nervously. He goes, "No, I don't mean like, extreme beating like he's gonna die. I'm talking about like genjutsu beating. And she goes, that's gonna be even worse. He goes, yes, he'll be knocked out and maybe his spirit will be broken. I don't know. And I don't care. As Naokami laughs at this, she goes, there's the cold-heartedness that we all know and love. He goes, wait, what? She goes, nothing. Her face is blushing as, Uraka just says, Izuku, you don't know she... Yeah, I know. I'm just playing dumb. She goes, wow, that's mean. He goes, yeah, also Nedra likes me. And, Uraka is shocked by this. He goes, two girls? He goes, yep. Who do you choose? He goes, both. Easily, just both. I am not a chooser. If two girls like me, I would just date both of them. And they would know, because I would tell those. If you want to date me, there's another girl who likes me that asked me out the same thing. So you two have to meet up and then talk to each other, see you two can get along. And she was like, wow, that's very annoying and weird for me to say. Yes, and I don't care. So, let's get this day over. Let's get this thing over with, because it's almost 10 minutes are up. Well, I mean, it's almost 10 minutes now, so, alright. Susanoo is disappearing, they do the whole entire thing with, Uraraka, Cammy, using her illusions, and then Mei using her machines. That's right when that 10 minutes are up, they win, no one could get them, and yeah. 1,000 points, they kept it. And he goes, okay. At least that's better. I did not want to use much of my chakra at all. Alright. So then it's the battles. We're going to be changing things up. It's going to be versus Todoroki versus Shinso, Bakugo versus Kami, Uraraka versus Izuku. As soon as she hears this, she gulps and looks at him, and he waves. She's like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I am dead. And then it's like Monoma's also in this one. He was like, alright, all I have to do is make sure I do not lose. And all Class 1A students who are participating are just thinking, we're going to lose to Monoma, who's ever facing them. That's their plan, because they want to see Madara give him the work. So, Todoroki wins against Shinso. Barely. He was able to snap out of it because of his, fire. Like, for some reason, his fire side, kicked in, which woke him up. He won with his ice. They were impressed by Shinso's skills, but he was frozen a little bit. So Madara came in and basically used chakra to only break the ice. As he goes, "You're right." Yeah, he says no. He says like this, "You're right there." As Shinso goes, "Yeah, thanks. That was cold." He goes, "Of course. You never expected someone to have someone this cold ice, huh?" He goes, "Yeah." Just go to recover, girl, get warm up. He goes, "Thanks you, Madara." He goes, "No problem." So yeah. So he body flickers back over. Ninja Race fights, the whole entire sports festival thing for them is over. And she's running over. She does all the fights go relatively the same. Cammy fights Bakugo. Bakugo was always getting tricked, but in the end he did win by using the explosion on the ground that sent her flying out, and she did land her butt because they're good friends. So he was not going to hurt her too badly. She doesn't have no bruises, no nothing, no burn marks. He just goes, "I told you I was going to win, but you had me on my toes there. If I didn't decide to do that, I would have lost." So, he jumps down and held out his hand as she grabs in. He picks her up, basically. Lifts, pulls, and she gets up, basically. Everyone clapped for them, and Monoma loses against Ida. No, wait. No, he loses against Denki because Denki said, "I'm gonna just forfeit." Which was like, why? He was like, because I versed against Monoma. And they're like, "Oh, true." And so, when the match began, Monoma was about to raise his hand saying, I give up. And then Denki just says, I give up. I was like, wait, what? Why? He was like, no reason. As basically, President goes, oh, wow, your student gave up so quickly. What was the reason? He goes like, oh, because Monoma spread a rumor about Madara. He goes, oh, you mean that rumor? Yes, it's actually true, but at the same time, it's not. Um, how can I put this simply? Reincarnation. The world had no heroes, no villains. Um, they were bad people, yes, that did bad things. That was all. But there were no heroes. It was an age of ninjas, and a time where there was no laws besides don't kill your comrades. If you do kill your comrades, that's punishable by death, or you are exiled or banished from a village. And basically, the people are hearing this and they're like, wow, that world must suck. And he goes like, also they had no quirks, they had a thing called chakra. And basically Madara here had chakra, but he did not have a quirk. So he been keeping his power secret for all his life. And he was bullied, and yet he still kept it a secret. And he has a very high body count from his other world before he was reincarnated. And people were like, wait, what? So that means... And then Aizawa says, attention everyone, let me finish. The world was a killed or be killed world. Ninjas killed each other. What can you do when you have no laws about that? As a lot of people are saying, yeah, that's true. I mean, that does not mean he's a villain, it's the world's survival. So, they're just okay, as in, basically now everyone knows, as all the heroes understand this, like, Monoma did something, and they want him to, like, feel the wrath of Madara. Heroes are sweating about this, and you're like, well, I salute your funeral, kid, as one of them does. And Never just says, it was good to never know you, Monoma. I pray for your death. I'm not kidding, I'm just kidding, he doesn't say that. He says, I pray for your safety in the next life. Like, everyone's already acting like he's dead. He goes, I'm not dead yet! But I will be. And then now we go over to Madara versus Uraraka. As he just tells her, don't quit. I want to enjoy this. He cracks his neck and he just says, so, let's have a good match, Uraraka. She goes, mercy? She says. And he goes, no mercy for the weak. And she goes, okay. And, when the match begins, she runs over and then Madara just runs towards her. And then all of a sudden, in an instant, he hits her in the gut with his elbow. Then he hits her right in the shoulder with with the same fist of his, his left arm that was inside her, that was hitting her stomach. And he's putting not much chakra into it. It does hurt, but she can tell he's holding back. And then he just grabs her by the neck, and then he puts her in a Tsukuyomi. And she lives her worst fears. And he can see it. And one of those fears is that she is never forgiven by him. And so, that he did make her go unconscious. So he won. If you're gonna say, oh, this is not the treatment, like saying like she's gonna get, beaten. Just know this. I could have gone with, she's gonna get like beaten like Monoma, but no. He says this betrayal from her. He's thinking this way. This betrayal from her was a big amount, like how I felt. I felt like I was worthless. But Monoma, he tried to get the whole entire school against me. So hers. The way she's going to be treated now, since now I know the truth that she really does regret it, is, well, give me a lesson. And so, but in that, Tsukuyomi, she is getting the major beating of her life. She is getting beaten to the point where she is near death, but then heals and then getting another beating. So this goes on for like 2 hours in that way. Really, it's just a few seconds in real life. And then, when she wakens up, she's outside the arena, and she goes, I experienced the worst thing ever happened to me. He goes, being up to a bloody pulp, healed again, and then beaten up again until near death. She nods, and he goes like, "Yeah, you deserved that. Mona was gonna get that treatment, but way worse." As he smiles at this as her skin goes pale, and everyone's like wondering. As basically, Aizawa said, not Aizawa, as Predator Michael's like, "Whoa, what did she do to her? What did he do to her?" Basically, he goes, he put her into a genjutsu. It's like an illusion, but you can't escape from it because no one has chakra. And so, because of that, she relived something, probably the worst fears of her life, and then got beaten to a bloody pulp multiple times over. And he healed her probably in that illusion, in that genjutsu. As President Michael's like, "Whoa, that is terrifying," and I kind of want to see what happened if he actually did it in real life. He goes, "We would have had the whole entire arena covered in someone's blood." So no, I actually like that he did that. But for Monoma, I don't think we're gonna have a choice but to watch him beat up somebody and have the arena cleaned. And so, President goes like, well, as long as we don't have a murderer on our hands, I think we're good. As, Monoma's parents seeing this, they're like, they're doing a prayer for Monoma to not die. But if he does, make sure he's born in the next life, not arrogant. Yeah, as Monoma feels like his parents just left him to die. He was like, "Why do I feel like I'm abandoned?" Kendo just says, "You're an idiot, and I don't feel bad for you." He goes, but I'm your classmate." He goes like, "Yeah, you're my classmate who's an idiot. So see ya." So yeah, so basically, after that, when it's Monoma, Monoma goes up again. He basically tries to lose, but it was it was Ida he was facing. So basically, he ran around him. Monoma tried, copied someone's quirk that was a weak one, but he didn't know this quirk was working against Ida. It was basically basically to make the arena slippery. So when Ida, tried to ran on the part that was was able to slip and slide on, he basically slipped and fell out, and he lost. So yeah. But anyways, Samono goes to the next round, the near final round, the preliminaries, and Todoroki won against Zero. So it's Todoroki versus. No, it's gonna be Todoroki versus someone else. So it's Monoma versus. Let's say this. Not Kaminari. Kirishima has the first, Madara. So he goes, "Hey, do you think you can hold back against me?" And he goes, "Sure. I mean, we're friends, so I'm not gonna hurt you too badly." He was like, "Oh, thanks, man." And, he's basically, hardened his whole entire body. He was like, "All right." And, he says, "Begin." As then, he just appears right in front of me. He was like, "But I never said I was gonna not show you how strong I am just by doing this." As then he flicks Kirishima as he goes sent flying and hits the wall. And he's like indented to it. He goes like, "Ow, that hurt." But that was so manly. As basically Madara goes like, "Huh. I had to put a little bit more chakra into that than I thought. Interesting. Very interesting." And so, he wins, but he goes help out Kirishima. He goes, "Thanks, man." He goes, "No problem." So, wish me luck. He goes, "I hope you versus Monoma in the next fight." He goes, "Me too." And so, it's Monoma versus Tokiyami. Tokiyami does get, because he copied Baku's quirk. It's Tokiyami. Oh wait, no. Oh, it's Baku versus Monoma. So Monoma copies. Let's just say Kaminari's quirk, just to lose, and so it's Todoroki versus Madara Uchiha, and Todoroki's like, during this little wait, Endeavor comes into Madara's room and he goes, "So, you are Madara Uchiha?" And he goes like, "Yes, I am. You have a problem with that number 2 hero." He goes, "No, No, actually. I'm here to. As basically, he has a notebook with a pencil, with a pen. He goes, for your autograph, please. In which he is confused. He goes, I'm not a hero yet. He goes, but I can see that you will be. Probably the #1 hero. And I'll be out of commission, so my son will probably be #2 or 3. But anyways, please, sign this. I'd rather have a autograph of you right now before you become a hero, saying I was the very first one. As, Madara just signs it, Madara Uchiha / Azuku Midoriya. And, he basically says, thank you. And please, go easy on my son. He might have got my arrogance. So yeah, let's just say this. Let's just make this a little bit more, entertaining. We have, Momo walks in with Cammy. Momo, just asking questions about him, and he just answering. And then she basically asks, "So, do you like anyone?" He goes, yes." He's not blushing then, but he's trying not to blush at all, so he's keeping his emotions in check. And Momo just asks, "Who? Who?" Just like just keep on asking who. He goes like, someone in our class and maybe somebody not in our class. She goes, oh, really? Please do tell me their names. And he goes, no. I don't want you to go tell them. And she goes, I won't. As it seems like with Todoroki, there's like a little, little like romantic thing going on, but it's not. That's only in his head. But he just says, fine, I'll tell you after I win my event against Todoroki. She goes, good. And Todoroki already left, and he goes, but then she does ask, I know it's not me. So, is it, as he just says, I'll tell you, but then she looks like, she moved her eyes towards Cammy as his face goes a little red, and she she kind of giggles at this as Cammy goes, huh? Hey, why is your face red? He goes, nothing, Cammy. And, Momo just says, well, she's a lucky girl then. And, while she's, leaving, she does ask Cammy to come over real quick, as, she whispers, though, when they're far away from Izuku, or Madara, saying, like, good luck with him, and whoever else, likes him, as her face is going red. And so, then Nejire comes in. She sees Cammy's face is red while Momo's just realizing, and she goes, oh, so that's the girl. Alright. And, she leaves with a happy smile because, 1, she's happy for Cammy, and 2, she's really happy that she has the scoop before Mina. And so, Cammy goes in saying, oh my god, your fights were such amazing. I really can't wait till, see you, next fight against Todoroki. He goes like, Todoroki's gonna probably kill me. Tried to kill me. Because Momo. And she asks why. He goes like, he likes her, so he's gonna try to kill me or try to nearly hurt me, if he even can. He's so weak. So exhausting to fight these weaklings. As, Cammy and Nejire looked at him, he was like, well, we're not weak, you're just way too strong. He was like, exactly. He then chuckles at this. He goes like, man, it kind of reminds me when me and Cammy hanging out with Bakugo, but he's not here. As then Bakugo walks in, he goes like, oi, I heard my name. Oh, hi Cammy, Zuko, Nejire. She goes, as they all say hi to him. Well, the 2 girls say hi. He just goes, Bakugo. He goes like, oh come on, don't give me that cold shoulder thing. You think I'm gonna probably try to kill Monoma. He goes, yeah, you're gonna take my fun. He goes like, no, I'm making a big enough explosion so I can lose. He goes, huh? They were all looking at me like, I want to see him get that treatment so badly, actually. I want to laugh. I even got popcorn from Aizawa. Even a soda. So I'm gonna enjoy it. You better win that fight. And I'm saying you're gonna win anyways. So, good luck to you, man. Also, just knock out Todoroki with 1 punch. As he puts a thumbs up. I will. Thanks, Bakugo. There's no problem. As he leaves, Cammy and Nedry are like thinking about something, and their faces are red. They're thinking of asking him out, and he goes, "You two okay?" And so they go, "Yeah, yeah, we're perfectly fine." He goes like, "Okay." Which Nedry goes, "Cammy, do you want to do the honors, or should we do it at the exact same time?" And so, right exactly at the same time, because Cammy says both, they ask him out on a date, and he just goes, "Sure, but you got like today, tomorrow, when?" And they go like, this weekend. There's a amusement park nearby, amusement park that's open. So, you know, do they want to go? Does he want to go? He's like, yeah, I'll go. And so, they both smile as they, say thank you. And then it's Todoroki versus, Madara Uchiha. And so he walks out to the field after he says bye to them, with a smile on his face. And so, Momo tells Mina that she got the scoop on who likes who. And Mina goes, girl, she basically just says, tell me the details. And she goes, nope, you'll see. And then, Cammy and Nedry comes back with a smile as then Mina realizes, go, no way. As, she, basically Momo nods. And then Mina runs over to Nedry and Cammy and just asks, you girls asked him out? And they nod while their faces are blushing. And he goes, he's lucky. He literally has almost every girl falling for him. And so what happens is, though, when they get out to the field, Todoroki says, I'm going to defeat you, but not because I want to prove I'm better than you, to prove that I am better for someone else. And then he goes, yeah, Mama, right. Look, she just asked me if I liked someone. I said yes. To you, in your mind, it probably looked like me and her were flirting with each other. I don't even like her in that way. She's my friend. Well, could be my friend if she wants to. That's all. I had a crush on one girl for the longest time, and then I gained a crush on another girl who then likes me, and she's not even in our class, man. She's like 2 years ahead of us. And basically, Cammy's blushing bright red because she goes, he had a crush on me since middle school. And then Nejire sees it's going red too, and she goes, okay. And Tori goes like, I don't believe you. So the match begins. He throws ice. Madara just kicks it to the side, breaking it. He says, I don't even need to use my jutsus on you. Or anything. I can just use my freaking taijutsu. So, that's all I'm going to do. And so he's just walking as, ice comes out with spikes on it. And he's just jumping to the side, dodging each one. And then fire comes out of his hand. And he just, jumps over it to the side and dashes right forward. As he does say, he does have some skill, but as he does the Shadow Clone Jutsu, multi Shadow Clone Jutsu, as in there are about there are about 5 of them. As he goes, wait, what the? As he totally doesn't know who's who, so he basically launches ice and fire in both directions. Both of those clones, those clones who are other 4 dodges them. As the real Naruto's going over, well, not Naruto, the real Madara, or Zuko, is going over, as then, boom, they launch him up into the air, and basically says, Madara, barrage. Madara Uchiha barrage. Instead of lion barrage, he basically, slams Todoroki's face into the ground, which has a little bit of a crack into it, as then he goes, wait, why the freak did I do that? And let's just say because Kurama has Naruto's memories, Kurama's laughing because, oh my god, he did the Naruto with a Maki barrage. And, Naruto saw this because of the Sage of Six Paths, and he did that thing I did to Kiba. He changed it to Madara Uchiha barrage. Holy crap. That is funny. Everyone's shocked by this, and because Todoroki is unconscious, with with a little bit of a crack in his skull, but then Madara heals it. He was like, okay, that was a little bit too much. they take him away to the medical bay, and then, well, Bakugo versus Monoma. Monoma just did not take any quirk. He's about to say, I give, as in, before he says I, Bakugo makes a big enough explosion that sends him flying into the wall. And then they say, Monoma wins! And then Monoma looks at Deku. And he's not even glaring. He just has his arm crossed, giving a serious look, as in Monoma feels the pressure of Madara Uchiha staring at him. And he is in terror. He feels fear. He feels his death staring at him. And then they ask him to come from the stands, and so he just jumps right off. Kami and Nejire wish him good luck. And so when he lands, Monoma goes, and then Izuku tells Midnight, saying, like, no matter what, even if he says give up, the match is still going to continue. As Midnight says, alright. As Monoma goes, what? But I'm going to die. He goes, and, well, Madara just says, because you deserve it. You blonde insect. That's all you deserve is death. He goes, that's harsh. He goes, like, and you're annoying. And he goes, hey, I am not annoying. He goes, your ego, your personality, that thing where you think you're better than everyone else, that is annoying. That is something I hate. So, hold on. Alright, so, when Midnight says begin, he does a clone. He does a shadow clone. And he goes, huh? What are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to give you the treatment. The clone Susanoo. The clone double Susanoo treatment for a while. He goes, wait, what? As in, he makes a Susanoo. It's not a full one. It's not a perfect one. It's just the whole entire Susanoo, from, like, armor and everything on. And he goes, I'm dead. As in, basically, one Madara with the Susanoo goes right behind Madara, as though that one hits Monoma. As basically, they're just hitting him back and forth, like ping-pong style. Well, not ping-pong, tennis style. Basically, going back and forth. Heck, they even just, like, stop. As the real Madara stops and basically jumps up there and kicks him. As on the other one just makes a wind bullet, sending him flying. As on he does storm release, basically making, well, a whole entire vortex of basically lightning and wind, which sends him, like, basically flying up into the air. As then he jumps up, and so what he does is he always had these bandages on that I just want to say. Well, basically, he basically has them all wrap around Monoma, as everyone's thinking, what the? As, well, let's just gonna say this. Aizawa goes like, what is he doing? As then he just starts spinning around Monoma. He's going like, as Monoma's screaming, as Madara says, Primary Lotus! As when they get near to the ground, he lets go, and he gets off as Monoma's head and body is sunk into the ground. The only thing that you can see is his feet. He's unconscious, nearly dead. You can wonder what, as, he then uses Earth Style to have Monoma come up. Monoma's like still, he comes back to consciousness. He goes like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he just says, Tsukiyomi. And then boom, Monoma is getting tortured, getting the worst pain ever imagined. Imagine Itachi doing this to, Kakashi, but instead it's Madara doing it to Monoma. But 10 times worse. And so he is unconscious. He's gonna be in a coma for a while. So yes. And so the match was over because he says, call it. And Midnight says, Madara Uchiha wins! And then basically he just leaves Monoma's body there as, Recovery Girl comes out. She basically sees Monoma. She heals him. She asks why he's not going to be up. Basically, and then, everyone just hears Madara says he's in a coma for a while. About a 2 months coma to maybe a week. Who knows? All depends on how strong his mind was. and then he just walks away. And everyone goes like, "Oh, wow, that's harsh." But people then say he did deserve it, but whatever. So yeah, um, the whole entire thing with All Might comes in, he gives his medal to Bakugo, to Roki, and but no, it's basically it was Bako and Todoroki on one mantle. Then it was Tokiyami. Izuku was first place. So basically, he gives saying that he's very impressed with everyone. Gives them confidence in how they working on their quirks, how strong Bakugo became, and that basically he's very impressed with it. And so he then even compliments Todoroki on getting over his whatever was causing him not to use his fire side. Basically, as Todoroki just nods, and then he compliments Madara on his strength and that he is very impressed with how far he has come. He goes, "This is all too easy." And so yes, so after that, during this time, not after, during this time, well, Ida did get a call from his mother. Was the hero killer Stain what he did to his brother? So after all that was over with the congratulations and the ceremony, Ida did get to the hospital. Can't and saw his brother. He's full of rage and wants revenge. But then he through this through his mind of revenge and hatred, his mind suddenly goes calm. As then he remembers Madara or Izuku could help him. So he just gets on his phone right away. He dials, he just he had no, he had Kirishima's number, as in Kirishima's like right with him, with with Kami, Bakugo, Mina, Jiro, Kaminari. They're all together with Madara. As then he picks up the phone and says, "Yo, what Ida? What's wrong, bro?" He was like, "Is Madara there? I mean, Izuku." He goes, "Yeah, hey, Izuku." He goes, "Yeah, what's wrong?" Ida's on the phone. So he, gives him the phone to Kirishima gives the phone to, Izuku. He goes, "Yes, Ida, can I help you?" He goes like, "Can you meet me at this place?" As he gives the address. He types in the address of the hospital where it is. He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Please, I just need your help. Or at least could you see if you can help him?" As he nods and he gives back the phone to Kirishima after hanging up, he says, "I'll be right back." Or says, "Meet you at this place in the mall." As they go, "All right," and so he teleports over to, Ida at the hospital, waiting for him at in the waiting area. Well, more like where the count more like in that area where you wait for it to get called. So yeah, so basically Ito says, "Thank you for coming. Please come with me." As the doctor and like the nurse and the doctor already know, Ito called up someone that may be able to help. And so when they get over to Ingenium's room, Izuku goes, "What happened to him?" As well, they say the hero killer Stain did this to him. As then Madara looks at, or should I say, Izuku looks at Ida, and he can tell that he wanted revenge, but he remembered what Izuku could. He remembered what he could do, So he says, "I'll give it my shot to heal him. All right." Just says, "Thank you. Just wait outside." And so Madara goes over, puts his hand on Ingenium's body. Makes his chakra flow right through Ingenium to see how much damage is done to him. It is a lot of damage, but not normal to where people could not walk. Because there was a person that was not going to be able to walk, which was Lee, but he did, through the memories, well, because of the Kurama coming in, he does get a few memories of Naruto. He does remember having to Lee, and he was able to walk again because of Tsunade. So, since Tsunade trained him to have healing jutsu and a 1,000 seal that he has that he doesn't keep, that he keeps hidden, he basically asks Kurama for help, as they both agree. So he does the hand signs for the healing jutsu, as basically he heals, his brother. He's able to walk again. He heals his legs. He heals his arm, his spine when that was messed up. That would, kept him like in a wheelchair, and he just sleeping now, and so he knows he did it right, but there's not 100% certainty, and so he goes out. The doctors are there along with Ida and his parents. And Ida says, "How did it go?" He goes, which Madara just says, "Well, I did the best I could. I don't know if it was 100%, so the doctors may have to do some tests after he wakes up from his sleep." As they nod, and he just says, "Wherever could have helped. Thank you. I'm in your debt, Madara, Izuku, Midoriya." He goes, "Either one's fine, Ida. Just don't worry about it. Anyways, see you at school tomorrow." And he basically goes to the mall with. He teleports all the way over to the mall when everyone's waiting. So yeah, so basically, the next day, Ida's family did hear about their son is 100% healed. He's able to walk again, be a hero. They were happy for that, but they're still gonna have to say, oh, he's gonna be in critical condition because a stain may come after him again. So they understood that. Ida did tell Madara about his brother, saying thank you to you. He was able to become a hero again. I'm grateful. He goes, was there any problems? The doctor said no. He tells Madara, he goes, oh, that's good then. So yeah. So after that little discussion with Ida, the whole entire papers are coming in for your recommendation. I mean, not recommendation. How many heroes want you? And so there's a whole bunch of papers for Madara, aka Izuku Midoriya. Inko, let's have a little flashback to, Inko, when he got home. She says, I was very, surprised that you were able to win so easily. And he goes, really? You were surprised, Mom? He goes, nope, I knew you'll win. Also, that Monomo guy that you said what he did, he goes, yeah. What? She says, you could have beaten him up a little bit more, show him a little bit more pain. As he goes, okay, who are you? What have you done to my sweet, loving mom? She goes, he messed with my baby boy. He's in, he should have got even worse treatment. As he goes, I'm not arguing with you. But just know, I put him in a genjutsu where I tortured him for about 2.5 years. She smiles at this and he goes, is he in a coma? Yeah, for a couple of weeks, or maybe 2 months, max. Who knows? She smiles at that and goes, well, I'm gonna make you your favorite dinner. And then he goes, oh, forgot to mention, I have guests, as, she sees Nejire and Cammy. She knows Cammy, but this, Nejire girl, she doesn't know. So he says, this is Nejire. She goes to UA. She's a third year. And they both asked me out. As Inko's shocked by this. And she asked, what did you say? He was like, sure. But it was asked me out on a date. We're not official together, but it's still a date. And, Inko just says, well, good. If you break their hearts, you're never going to hear the end of it from me. And he goes, yes, Mom. So that's the little thing that, he had because of Cammy and not Cammy. Nejire said he's going to probably have a lot of people wanting him to come to their hero agencies. So that's why I had a little flashback. But yeah, so basically he has a whole bunch of papers for for basically to get recommended. Even Gran Torino, because he thinks, oh, this kid is the next successor of One for All. One for All. But no, it's whoever I said it was. I think it was Kirishima or Bakugo. I think it was Kirishima. Yeah, I think it was Kirishima. I'll just figure it out later. Gran Torino was told by All Might after he already submitted, to get to become the hero agency of his place, that he wasn't the user. He goes, but still, it'd be good to have him around. He goes, yes, but no. Um, Instead, even Endeavor, want him to go there. So let's just say this. He Endeavor did also leave a special note for, Madara, asking him, like, to tell him what he'll do when he's there, saying like his training would not be like with him specifically, but allowing him to use the equipment there for his own special training and such, and that he'll be able to do this as long as he wants to, as long as he comes and does the hero training. That's all. I mean the hero patrol. So he decides to go to the Todoroki. I mean to Ingenium, not Ingenium's, to Endeavor's agency because of the training facility. That's all. And so Cammy does not have a hero agency to go to, like Endeavor, but just a different area. So it's gonna be like with Kendo and Momo, that one. So yeah, and so hold on. And so basically, we're gonna do a little bit of a time skip to the hero names. I think they already said the hero names. Wait. Okay, let me double check in my memory. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. If I remember correctly, it's they go to the sports festival, and then after that they do say like their choose their hero names. So he just says Madara Uchiha because his real name is Mizuki Midoriya. Well, his name doesn't really matter to him, so the hero name doesn't. So he just says simply Madara Uchiha. That's it. Everyone says all right. And so after that, um, they go to the hero agencies. They then basically everyone chose the exact same names. Todoroki sees that Zuko's there. Also, also basically Momo asked out Todoroki on a date, which he said, "I thought you liked Madara, or I mean Zuko." She goes, "No, I mean yes and no. I liked him, but at the same time I don't know him. Also, he had a crush on two other girls, which he's dating now. Well, maybe." He asks, "Who?" "Cammy and Nejire." As his eyes widen, he goes like, "Oh my god, I'm an idiot," he says. She goes, "Why?" He goes, "Nothing. Anyways, yeah, I'll have to go on a date with you." "When?" She just says Friday. He goes, "Alright, I'll try to, basically it's that Friday," which his father will, like, says they do have, like, even though, heroes don't work since they're students, they'll be able to have, like, a free day, which if they have anything planned, they're allowed to do. So Nejire and Cammy also have the same thing, along with every other student. So yeah. So basically, the sports festival was on a Monday, and they, come basically they're going to the hero agencies were on Tuesday. So yeah. So basically, the Madara gets there on Todoroki. He's glad that he accepted his accepted to come over to his agency. He goes, "Yeah, I mean, he said I could use the gym as much as I want to and train." He goes, "Yes, yes, because it is true. Because I cannot teach you much of anything really, besides hand-to-hand combat. But seeing your skills and prowess in fighting in the army, you already have enough of that." And he just basically Madara says, "Yeah, pretty much. So can I just use the equipment after I get everything settled?" He says, "Yes. Also, do you have anything planned for this weekend?" He goes, "Yeah, this Saturday I'm going out and to basically an amusement park with two girls." As then Todoroki says, "I have a date." He goes, "With who?" "Momo." He goes, "All right. Just I would say no, but at this point in time, there's someone who's stronger than me right in front of me, and I know I cannot beat him. Like All Might, he may be even stronger than All Might. He goes, I am. He goes, all right, that proves my point. So yes, you're allowed to go out on well, not allowed. You can go on your date with Momo Yadarozu. Just don't come back too late. All right, when is it? Though he asked, Friday night. He goes, all right, you have a curfew, 9 o'clock. He goes, yes, Dad. He goes, why are you acting like a good parent all of a sudden? He goes like, because I realized something. I can get basically slapped to the face, beaten to a pulp in a matter of seconds by a child. Somebody who's 14 years old. So of course I'm gonna review my life. And so Turkey understands that. And yeah. And let's just say we're gonna save the hero killer stain part for next time, because then we're gonna go right into the movie. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are. Because then after this, after I come back from school, I'm gonna be working on the Lucifer one. So yes, goodbye everyone.